Got to do with it. What's love? What's love? Got to do with it.
It's your boy, I Will,
And your boy Maintain, man.
and we back at it again with episode 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Soon we're gonna be 10. 10,
Woo!
10 in.
We gotta do all 10 fingers
I'm going
like
first.
this.
I'm going first and 10. They gonna see episode 100. I definitely want to see episode 100 and where we may be at episode 100. Like, because of episode 5?
5 is a magical number.
No. Let's etch that. It's not 5. It can't be 5. We've been doing it for 3 weeks. This is 4.
This is my bad. I said 5, but you
4
Yeah.
weeks. Yeah. So 4 videos once a week. And this where we at. So and that's a tune of it. I remember at first I said gonna be like one every month, but
yeah.
that seemed kind of just low. So nah, like it feel good to be at episode 5. Still learning a lot.
Episode
We got
4.
in my head. It's crazy how something just stuck in your head just one time. Just one time from hearing that. At least I'm speaking episode 5. At least I know it's gonna be episode 5 then. It's gonna be that. But shoot, maybe learning from sound, from like audio, forgetting to turn on mics.
Yeah.
Like it's the
Yeah.
process of just everything and still showing up ready to go. Like, but like I say, man, it's a process. Learning how big files are. You
Yeah.
know, learning that I need more space.
Yeah.
So like, man, it's so much growth. And just like, dang, I didn't know so much about this. But you learning. We learning though. I can definitely say that. Like
Yeah.
whoever start a podcast or just anything, boy, I can let you know the dirt about it.
Yeah.
I can
Sure.
let you know the dirt
Sure.
about it. Woo.
Yeah. So I'd say, man, first, the thing that draws me to this more and more every week is peace. I'm so at peace when we're able to sit here and just like wind down from what was a long day, a long week, and we're able to, like just really just have mental health checks.
Yeah.
That's what I see this as. I see this as you and I having mental health checks, and we also learn in the process of having that mental health check. You know, I've had my downs, my up moments. I've had my superhero moments. He can say the same thing. He's had his up, his down moments, his superhero moments, and in the midst of beating yourself down, it's always dope to be able to have somebody in your corner that does a mental health check with you periodically.
Yeah.
Like you don't want it to continue, something to keep going on, and now this what was small, what could have been treated,
Yeah.
turned into a large wound, and now we're trying to put Neosporin in it's a hole now.
Yeah.
That Neosporin ain't gonna
work.
it ain't gonna do nothing now.
No more.
So it's for me, it's a refreshing thing to know that no matter what is going on from Sunday to Thursday,
Yeah.
on Friday, I know for a fact we're gonna have the podcast and I'm gonna have a moment of peace. So that's peace I can look forward to,
Yeah.
and that's something that
That's new.
we don't always set in our schedule. We don't set time in our schedule or days in our schedule to just have a moment of peace.
Yeah.
That's just peace. That's it. Like the bickering, the drama, the bills, the job, the being to work on time. Dang, my bad, I made it late. Like all of those things, the the things you did do and the things you didn't do.
Yeah.
Like all that aside, just having that one moment, that time to just have peace and regroup. Have peace and just regroup. So Friday at 7:30, it gives me that every week. I can just sit down and I can regroup.
Look
I got
forward
that
to it.
moment to regroup and I can be at peace. So the appreciation is always going to be there for this moment and for you as a friend because we set it in the schedule to find peace.
Yeah.
And then what this has turned into is other people are finding peace. So now, well, now we got the energy to do it more times throughout the week. So now we finding peace on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's a dope thing that we can set aside time just for peace. So for anybody that's watching, that's listening, like do that. Find ways to set it into your schedule for peace. Find a way to do that. You have to identify that there are voices that are talking in your head that are telling you to not do something. Be lazy. Be
Facts.
lazy. If you be lazy and you just be quiet and be silent and you think that's
Yeah.
gonna help you get over it. Like,
Yeah.
nah, remember, you are a creator.
That's right.
You are a creator, and being a creator, as creative as you can be on the great side of the spectrum, you can be equally that on the negative side of the spectrum. So we have to remember that. Well, when them voices start talking, you have to identify which voice you want to listen to.
That's facts.
Find the voice that's going to lead you to peace.
Through all that clutter.
You got to find it. If not, you're going to be the same bitter person, the same old angry person, the same grumpy person that everybody sees you as. And then you're going to be complaining about it. Everybody sees you as this grumpy person.
Yeah.
But that's because you haven't found a way to give yourself peace.
I bet it sound like it's like you say like when you saying all that, it's like medicine, bro. And like that's to sum it up is too like medicine because it's like it's making people like you say people been telling us we've been having our own individual and collectively me and you have had people say man and now since we're doing it it's like man they hit you with ideas they be like man I like this and then they tell you it's like an outfit what they like about the outfit you know they like man the shoes kick the shirt that shit was the cufflinks so it's like dang you really this is now medicine to the person who is willing to accept it.
Facts.
And but before it became medicine to them, it was like medicine to me. You know, like what inspired this. Like I say, we ain't looking like it's not looking for money, but I'ma get it. But it was like this was medicine at one moment. Medicine still to this day. Like even going live with it is vulnerability.
Right.
Because it's not that I'm trying to create content to outdo the next one. It's no competition with me and no podcast person out there. Understand there's no competition. We all here. It's a fair game. We get the same 24 hours. We get the same sword.
Right.
It's all in what you want to get up out of it. So it's just seeing that like, man, this was so much medicine to me that it gave me a new mind. It brought me closer to not just the people I wanted to be around, but it was a medicine that was kind of bitter because it was like, man, I wanted to hold on to like trauma. I wanted to hold on to like just bitterness and lies and not knowing that trauma was just wrapped up in a person. Trauma was just wrapped up in a material thing.
Right.
Or I had to die to myself in so many ways and I'm still dying to myself. And it's like, man, this is just medicine. And from this medicine, it heals people. Like it bring them alive. Like from the aspects of just us talking to people. Like I say, the best thing you can do for anybody is make them think. That's what I read and saw on YouTube. You feel me? Only me and you would get that. Only me and you would get that. But
nah, that's a fact. That's the best thing you can do for somebody is make them think. It's all now sometimes it can be the worst thing that can happen for you because if you are in a situation where you've given a person enough opportunity to think.
Yeah.
they can come up with something. They can come up with something.
And I see where we're doing it from. It's like, well, you do. You get it's like two ends of the stick. You know, you got one end, you got left, and you got the right.
Right.
You got what you want to consider bad. This is what you want to call it. You consider it good. Where you want to be at, negative or positive, which end of the stick so you want to be at.
Right.
Because at that end of the stick, that's where you will get more of that at. So it's just seeing like, well, I can tell this is medicine because it's making people think.
Right.
Where most people be like, man, it's a hard time for me to think, or it inspired them to even give an idea or to be like, man, I felt full, but in a different way. So for people to even acknowledge that, I'm like, that's cool. Like, because it's just medicine to me. Like, this is a time that is a focused hour. And we're talking about what we've been through metaphors and through our journey of nuggets that we picked up along the road.
Yeah.
And these may be different nuggets, different from your nuggets, but at the same time, we all have something in common as humans, is that we all have our moments. We all have these thoughts. We all have like, dang, you have something of value, which is not money, but it's time. Now, this time with you, what nuggets do you got and what nuggets do I got? But it's not for me to say, well, your thinking is wrong. This space ain't even for that. Like, this space was created for you to say how you feel. I'm not trying to convert you over to me or to my thoughts, because I'm gonna say this: not all of my thoughts are good. To be honest, some people may take this the wrong way. I'm not a good person. I'm just a person that's striving. Because if I tell you that I'm good, then you will always remember that and let me slip one time. And guess what? I don't even got to tell you I'm a good person. You're going to just come up with that by yourself, by circumstances and things that I do, and you're going to paint me as a good person. So I don't have to tell you that I'm a good person. I'm going to tell you I'm not good. There's only one person that was good. I am just, like I say, a striving person. But that don't mean that I don't see you. It just means that I see myself too. And I know that I'm not 100 because I did not come in 100. I came in a world of sin. Guaranteed I got a speck on me. That's all I'm saying. So this space is just for you to open up, say what you say. Hey, don't feel like you got to prove it.
Yeah.
Say what you say. That's you. That's your belief. If you feel like these words are hitting you and you can relate, bruh, if you get the message, that's personal. Like, these words don't got no names on them. But if you catch it, all I'm saying is, if it fall among your lap, use it. They ain't being forced, but if it hits you, only you know you got shot. No one else. Now, they going to confirm it. Yeah. But only you know from our first reaction. Yeah. You feel the pain.
Yeah, you felt it.
You got shot, gang. Yeah, if it hits you, then don't be scared of it.
And it may not be meant for everybody.
It may not be meant for no one, only one. It could be a room full of 1,000 people. And people be like, man, God see me. I'm doing good. I got a room full of 1,000 people, but that word fall deaf on all 1,000. And they walk out feeling more dead, don't feel no alive, don't even feel like they did nothing, but you feel good because you took the money, where you can have one person in there and you can save more people than you saved that would have been in there with 1,000.
That's that one person that took that virtue.
So it just depends. Like I said, your job may not live off your front porch. It may just go from there. But like, don't get volume messed up with value.
Ooh.
So I look at it, I'm like, shit, if I got 10 people, but it hit all 10 people, in my head, I know they at least know 50 people. I just did some record numbers. But if I'm looking for man approval and likes on Instagram and people to pat me on my back, if I'm trying to piss somebody off, if I'm trying to stunt, I'm gonna let you know. You trying to stunt, God is not a part of that. He don't stunt.
Nah.
So if you on that,
he stunned a little bit.
But he ain't finna stunt on his own children.
He gonna stunt on his children, yeah. Cause God be stunting.
Now his stunt different. He said,
hey, what Jay said, my wife Beyonce. I brag different.
It's a whole different. It's not the stun that you thinking about hurting someone.
Yeah.
God's stun may be y'all mending that relationship, making it better, and then now y'all be prolific. That's his way of stunting. Cause like he said, I'm only worried about my kingdom. That's the only thing I'm worried about. Yeah. I'm using it through getting through people, but the main goal is I'm trying to get you to the kingdom.
Right. That's it.
If I'm saving your life and I'm trying to take you to safe through the apocalypse, we guarantee gonna visit places.
Mm-hmm.
But don't get so close to them that you stay home. Remember, you're a pilgrim. Don't get so comfortable that you make a home. Don't forget, we're going to the kingdom. You done made camp. You done got 30 kids. You didn't find the love of your life. We going to the kingdom. You 85 talking about you can't go to the kingdom. That's all he's trying to get everybody to. The kingdom. That's where the big party at. But it is things in life. They got a Bentley sitting on the side of the road waiting for you. You be like, dang, but it is precious and crazy things on the side of the road to the kingdom. That's some hard shit right there, bro. It is some tempting things on the road to the kingdom, bro.
But that's true. That's true. Like the kingdom, that's the promised land. That's the place of peace, the ultimate place of peace.
Yeah.
So you think it ain't gonna be no distractions on the road to the ultimate place of peace?
Oh boy, it's distraction.
Come on now, I'd be a fool. I'd be a fool. I would be a fool to believe that
Yeah.
on my way to a vegan restaurant as a newly converted vegan, I'm not gonna be tempted by Popeyes.
Oh, you gonna see one right there.
I'm not gonna be tempted by a burger.
They're gonna be right there.
What?
You may see a little boy on a bike getting down on the same one you want to order.
All you gotta do is get to a red light and start thinking, and whatever food you just thought about gonna pull up next to you in the car.
Right there.
Somebody gonna be sitting drooling, eating a hamburger. The tomato gonna fall down, and then you like, dang, but a vegan burger don't taste like that. And then you start backsliding. Already, you mentally backsliding already because you like, dang, but I could.
You done renege.
You already doing it.
They're gonna cost you some books.
It's gonna cost some boots.
They're gonna cost
Like,
you some.
But that's what happens, and we be thinking like, nah, man, like, yeah, I see what man doing. Like, I love it. Like, what he doing is powerful. Like, he got to be a superhero. Like, oh well, I mean, if you think betting on myself as a superhero, cool. Like, yeah, cool. That I'll be that. But they don't think that in the midst of this, nothing came in and say, well, you know what, you ain't got to give as much time to the podcast as you've been giving, or nothing say like, hey, you ain't eat all day. You've been working on this podcast. You want to do that every day, not eat, you gonna die.
Yeah.
Like, or that thing ain't making you no money right now.
Yeah.
Like, why you going so hard for it? It ain't making you no money. Why you spending all this time doing editing in the house when you can be out there making some money? Those conversations, those things, those moments happen on that road to peace.
Yeah. Show you where they at. You gotta pass them folks. I say that's a level. Like, if I'm on this road, like if that kingdom is as good as it say, it gotta have advertising. Like, you see it, like where there's a Chick-fil-A, you can guarantee it's a Starbucks somewhere close by.
Yeah.
Like, you can literally map it out. If you see a Target, you definitely see a Starbucks. If you see a Target, you see a Chick-fil-A.
Yep.
But if you see a Winn-Dixie, you will not see Chick-fil-A. Depending.
Yeah, you're right.
You may not see, like, Winn-Dixie just on screen Chick-fil-A.
Even though they got the same colors.
But by Winn-Dixie, you will always catch a McDonald's.
Yeah.
By every Winn-Dixie. I don't care where you at, where you live.
Yeah.
And I'm only telling you that because it's a system. Just like how everybody got a computer and they just happen to have Windows 97. Well, I bet you if they got Windows 97, it's a certain sector of people, and I bet you they got overthinking. That's just law.
Yeah.
I can really say if you got the iPhone 15 right now and you say, I just got it, and I ask you like, oh shoot, what you do with the iPhone 15? Like, you got, oh no, I just gotta get the update. I can guarantee that you go out your way and get everything that's brand new that matters to people. I can guarantee to say that if you just say, oh, I just get it because it's the new update, you can't really tell me why you got it. So that means that
like iPhone.
That let me know that you have a spending habit. That let me know that, oh, you ain't really getting it for a reason. You got you a hoarder.
Well, the reason is I like nice things.
Hoarder. Because if it's not of use, if you can't use, like, it's not that you can't use it. It's you doing it for validation for other people. Like, someone asked me, why do you want it? I would literally let them know why. Like, because I worked the heck out of an iPhone 10. I worked the heck out of iPhone 13. Like, I'm using literally everything of this iPhone to the max.
That's a fact.
So the reason, like, I had a problem with downloading apps and paying for them apps that did editing, and I was a part of that group of people who just do it for free and then cut it off and be like, yeah, I hit a lick, was because I wasn't doing enough work in editing, and
you weren't confident in it.
I wasn't making no money, because what's $9 if you can use that and the job can pay you $200 or more, or even $50? That's an even exchange.
Yeah.
Because I feel like when you say that, just in that breath with those words pushing out, you don't get to specify what's hard. Yeah. Especially when you say a general statement, this is hard.
Yeah.
No one knows that you may be talking about that electric bill.
Yeah.
But when you say it's so general, it freezes the whole house instead of you just freezing that one thing. And then you get mad because it wasn't a direct hit. You said a general statement. You told the man, boss, I got it. He thinking that you a sniper. You done blew up the whole city. They talking about, I just told you to take out this one person.
You done hit a gas tank.
Come on. So it's your shit is so broad, but when you get the results, you mad because it's not a specific. So I say erase the hard. Like, I feel like that's a language that's going around, like, it's hard, it's hard. And I see kids pick it up, it's hard. No, nah, man. It's not hard. It's a way to get creative. Like, it's literally where you think it's a problem, you gonna get the solution from it, literally. But it's that people don't have patience. Microwave, right? They literally like a microwave. Yep. They get, just leave a person hungry and then say, I'm a cook. They'll give you the meanest look. Just say, it's late, and you be like, sure, I'm finna cook. And that meal gonna be busting. The patience of them will mess up the whole ordeal and make the person don't want to cook for them no more, because they don't have patience. And on the road to kingdom, I will tell you, you need patience. You need some type of armor, because you're gonna need them patience. And patience is for the things you meet, the people that try to lead you left, that got you going down a road that's off the kingdom. They telling you, no, I know this is the main road, but if you take this back road, it's left, go right there, you're gonna be right there to the kingdom. It's like saying, hey, man, take this, man, go ahead and take that deal, fuck them over, and then you're gonna fuck them over to the right. And then you're gonna leave it right there to the kingdom. And you're like, bro, that's some wild, like,
they gonna fuck him over to the right.
Now the only thing about it is that he got proof, because he said, look at this. Everybody taking this back road to the kingdom. It's not like nobody down that road. No, in this parable, people are going down that road. And they telling people behind them, hey, it's a shortcut. Like, all you gotta do is just pray, and that's all.
Shortcut to paradise. Boy, you think if it was, everybody would use it?
Like I tell people, if there was just prayer, it's some stuff I read in the Bible and in many religions that I said, boy, them people, boy, you can hear the cry in them. Like, God don't care about pity. First of all, I'm gonna let y'all know, Jesus died on the cross. And if it is described like how they described it, with his guts hanging out and everything like that, all I'm saying, like, my boy was hurt. People think that God bring a blessing because of the pain. Bruh, Jesus said, you will suffer in my name. That's all he said, you will suffer in my name. And people, like, look up the word suffer. Like, you will suffer in his name, meaning that he suffered. God said, I give you, it's like you giving your daughter to the world and saying she gonna die for this. Like, she gonna be the cost to this. If I suffered this, do you think you coming to me that, not to say I won't have, but if you come and say, man, this junk hard. I mean, like, hold on, bro. I sacrificed my daughter so everybody can live. Like, you come to me telling me you can't be the best you after I did this good sacrifice. And yeah, I know life gonna get to you, but I can't feel that.
Yeah. Because
I sacrificed my most prized possession. I gave up my most prized possession for y'all. And he agreed with it. But my dog said,
Dang.
if this cup is too bitter, please, even my dog, please take it away. But if not, let thy will be done. Like that's literally like saying, Daddy, do I
Man.
have to go? Well, but Daddy, you know, if it's for the overall, I'm with it. That's all it's saying, and that's why I got my dog, because he gave up something. So when he come to us and we give, he said it's the road to kingdom. And God said, he said, I got the road to the kingdom. Come follow me. Holler at your boy.
Yeah.
And we say, well, shoot, I can't give up this pride, Jesus. I can't give up this hate that I have. No, God, like they did me wrong. She was talking about me on the trip. Like she know how I feel about my edges and my shit thin. And like, Lord, you know, and you know I was trying to be a good person. Like I told you before we got on the boat and before all that, I'm gonna be a good person. But she started talking about that, and then she started talking about my son. She started talking about, which is her nephew, but I don't know why. And then start talking about his daddy. Like, understand? God said, I don't want to hear that. You can't forgive someone. The person that probably can feel you the most is God, because he gave up something so precious. Because to him, you got to see how the value. So if you understand, you want to relate to that person, be like, I understand. I can even give you compassion in that area where you haven't even lost your daughter. You're just trying to rebuild. I can give you compassion in that because I gave up something so great for that. So I got something here, but you got to raise yourself up like Lazarus. There's a lot of dead people. You got to raise yourself up.
We are in the midst of the walking dead. When a person tells me it's hard, I agree. It may be hard, but so was your first push-up.
Facts.
And you still did it. You still made it through. Because you made it to number 2. You made it to push-up number 2.
You wanted to.
So, yeah, it's hard. We try to say that, well, it's hard, and then make that a definitive statement. Like, that's the period, and don't say nothing else. Don't ask me anything else. It's hard. It is. It is. But when you first learn how to tie your shoes, did you get attitude?
Definitely.
It was hard.
Every child did. If you did it, you was different.
It was hard.
Because you're trying to loop it and swoop it.
You trying to do it. It was hard. But you overcame that. How you tie your shoes now?
Yeah.
So saying that it's hard is just, that's, for me, this is just my opinion. When a person says that it's hard, that's a coping mechanism for them. That's a way to say, all right, I justify why I won't push or why I can't push. Now, there are some people that are medically diagnosed, or clinically diagnosed, and they have less of a hold on, or less control of it than others.
Mm-hmm.
And for those people, of course, that part of it is not speaking on you, because you actually have more work to do, because for one, you have to regain the control on the reality you want to exist.
Yeah.
So you have to grab that first. That's a totally different person.
Yeah.
That's a totally different person. I can't even put myself in those shoes of what that would feel like, because I've never been there. But a person that's making the statement that it's hard, and they know deep down inside that they're looking for something to pacify why they won't do it.
Don't want to make the adjustment.
Or why they don't want to accept responsibility. Why they don't want to be accountable. You say, well, it's hard. I can't do it. I never did it. That's not me.
Yeah.
That's the one I don't like. That's not me though. But that's not me. But what is you?
And you got to know that to take this road to the kingdom, bro. You got to know that, or you over there in the gravel.
Yeah.
Just walking, just like, you know how people like, I just don't know. I'm just lost. I'm stressed. You look hot. You like you've been walking in the desert. And that's what it is, because you didn't ventured off. But they say, the straight and narrow, that takes concentration. Like the way it can be painted as like, oh my God, I go to church Sunday and the rest of the day I'm like Arthur. No. That's why he said, bro, listen, I don't know who made that rule up. God said, I walk with you. I read that so many times. I'm like, why you walking with me? Like, is it that treacherous out here? And the people who paint this narrative that a lot of the world is listening to, like a bedtime story, they want you to think, oh, just free and care. They want you to think that you can go up to someone and say anything you can and say, I dare you to hit me. Boy, when I tell you that's the most wildest stuff I ever heard, and to see that people do that, to see like people say, I'm gonna call the law. No disrespect to the law, because you do need law, because law definitely, boy, you don't want this to be a lawless.
Your mind is a lawless place.
So I want to say, they got shout out to the law. First of all, to the people that's in the law, that do their thing in the law, that hold it down. Shout out to the law, because you did not have law, people are naturally just wild. They will run up in your house. And to a lot of people that have never been in a neighborhood, that you just seen a lot of wild stuff happening, and they be like, well, I'm glad that I wasn't raised there. Listen, it's always there.
Yeah.
And what I mean by it's always there, it's in every neighborhood from the rich to the poor. Understand, just because you in a rich neighborhood don't mean that you don't have a person in there with a wild mindset that is ready to take you off from. And actually, it probably be in the big suburb where the big houses at, because it's well hidden. But that wild mindset, they look at where it's done. They be like, oh, them people just shot up this on wild stuff, bruh. It's still a mindset.
Yeah.
It's people in your neighborhood wild up. You think you can pay? You think you can pay for safety? That's the dumbest thing I ever heard, bro. Like, if y'all really think about it, can you pay for safety? Like,
some people gonna be like, yeah, I get security.
That's not safety.
That's security.
This is someone that is literally using a scale. And remember, everybody don't use the same judgment. So just because you got an alarm system, that's just saying, all they saying is like a high percent of people, if they hear this noise, it should go off, because this certain sound should make them want to run. This certain sound, the way it reads at the hertz, should make them run and alert people. But that's not sanctifying your safety. Some people take that way like, oh, forget that noise. Oh, I got education on that. Oh, this is an old update that they sold you for a high price. And now someone in your house, that means someone didn't see that alarm system as a threat. So you can't pay for safety. You can't pay, but they got people think I can pay for safety. I'm gonna lock my door. Baby, ain't no such thing as locked door. People with the private pages, your pages are not really private. It's all like a dummy wheel that you give to a child just to shut them up. Like, here, get the wheel and think that you're driving the car.
Yeah.
And you taking it personal.
A great thing you saying that, because people don't identify that God is walking with them. Like, saying that, and that's not to take away from you saying that you are responsible for what the great things that you've done, because that's you believing in the God in you.
Yeah.
But in the same breath, God is also walking with you where things got bad.
That's fact.
It didn't seem like it, because for you that bad was overwhelming. But it could have got way worse. And that was God walking with you. God was walking, he was right there, like, hey, whew. Boy, you almost fell there. Yep. You almost fell. Bro, it's somebody on the 29th who felt like they couldn't pay their rent, and are today on the 3rd. Like, I don't know how I did that.
Facts. You don't know.
It happened. I was working. They just know I was working. I knew it needed to be paid. I knew it needed to get paid some kind of way. So I was working. And then, oh snap, it happened. There's no need to answer how you did it.
You don't need to.
Because you stating that, I was just like, all I can do is work. Boom, that's how you did it.
Exactly. Because you let it go. You let the bid go, right?
Whatever that trouble was, that whatever whatever energy you was giving to the fact that you possibly wouldn't be able to have it, you remove that and put that energy. You may not have put that energy into knowing that you were going to get it, but you did put that energy into working as much as you can to see if you can get as much as you can.
Yeah.
So because you took that energy from here and put it here, like, oh well, shoot, you got no choice but to get it because you're not even giving any more energy to the fact that you're
grow.
not gonna have it.
The movie Sam, because she identified when her and her daddy was reading, she knew her daddy couldn't read past a certain grade level.
Yeah.
But then it took Sam to think really, because for Sam, he had to think. And he had to think was like, dang, I'm crippling you.
Yeah.
So at that time when they was reading a bedtime story, my dog Sam was getting more love in the story because he reading it back and forth. And she like, I think I got to go to bed, Dad.
Yeah.
But she didn't want to grow in reading. She started messing up on words, not because she didn't know it, because she didn't want to outdo her dad because she looked up to her dad. But at that time, Sam had to be like, no, I want you to learn more than me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people don't understand. I Am Sam is that movie, bro.
Yeah, it is.
And he had to tell her, you're going to be better than me. You're not like me. I understand I'm different.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't want to see, but for her to even accept that, that was a lot on the little girl. To accept that, dang, I'm finna be smarter than my dad, like saying, hey, Mom, I got this vision. I'm finna do it. And no, you need to work at the plant. No, you need to stay doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
This can cause conflict. This could cause you to people please and being like, well, I got the desire to do what I know I can too.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm letting this stunt my growth in here because I feel like if I outdo it, oh, you think you too good, huh? Oh, so you don't got time to, so hold on, baby. You trying to stunt it. We all are smarter than Sam. Even Sam acknowledged, baby, you gotta go. Like, I know just for the love for me you have for me, you can still grow and still love me the same, and they were still able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And she called her fault in that and was like, you know what, it was my fault.
Yeah.
So we can be very passionate. Like I tell people, they think passion grows. No, bro, that's what we're here. Like in men, like I say, just being vulnerable, and what they say, what men can be sassy sometimes. You feel me? Well, listen, I'm growing. And you got to be willing to grow with me because I haven't seen this done. Where I seen it, they telling me I shouldn't be doing this. And y'all matching the same talk, and I'm trying to be open. It's something different. I'm trying to grow, but I'm not, but nothing around me grew. But I do know I can grow. It may be a few telling me like, go, like we can be higher than this. So I'm trying to grow. So you got to work with me. I didn't come from a habitat that was already nurturing. I mean, dang, I said the wrong word, but I didn't come from an environment that was nurturing me the way that you're expecting.
Yeah.
So understand that you seen a beautiful flower, but this flower needed something done to the soil.
Yeah. And ain't nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with that. Like, and that's a thing in itself, that if your ground needs to be updated, needs to be improved, that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. That soil that you planted your crops in last year, if you do nothing to that soil, if you do nothing to provide more nutrients to that soil, next year it's not going to be the same quality soil.
That's right.
If you do nothing to it to improve it, it's not going to be that. Especially if you're talking about you harvested. You harvested something. You took some of the nutrients when you harvested. So if you don't provide back to it,
that hard.
I ask you, just extracting from your soil, just extracting from your nutrient source, just pulling from it and not providing back to it, that is deadly. That is dangerous. That's suicidal.
That is.
To any situation you're in, if you're just extracting from it,
you're not tending your garden.
You're not tending to your garden.
Yeah.
You tending to something else. It's not your garden though.
Yeah.
You gotta Just stop extracting. Like you said in the beginning, patience. Patience is such an amazing thing.
Yeah.
Just having it, just being able to say, you know what, I could do this or I could do that. Actually sitting down and analyzing the next step on this journey. Sitting there analyzing it. Like Loki said, just give me time to think. I just need time to think. Can I have a moment to think?
That breaking the law, my God.
Like just I
Yeah.
understand what you're saying. I understand what your passion is telling you. I understand what that person inside of your head that you somehow allowed to break out of that box. I understand what they're
Yeah.
saying. But quick, let's just have a moment to think. Let's just take a moment and process it.
Yeah.
Because right now I feel like if we just act, that could be catastrophic. Let's practice patience.
Yeah.
Just think about it. What happens if we do? What happens if we don't? Which result do we want the most?
And it may not line up with the action behind it.
It
That's
may
real
not,
talk.
but which result do we want the
Yeah.
most? And the process in doing that is your patience. That's where your patience is displayed. Because you're actually actively using discernment. Actively doing it.
Yeah.
Which result do I want? Which outcome do I want the most? Because I now identified my outcome.
When you get like that, it feel like your breath is being taken away from you when you in the moments.
And
Like,
it could be that.
everybody feel like that short. I know I feel no shortness of breath, either scared, like something might give me some bad news. Like my
Mhm.
breath is always affected, like shortness of breath. Like that's what I mean. Like, man, I just gotta breathe.
Yeah.
Like, just give me some air.
Yep.
Like, it feel like I just got done running a whole mile, and I'm like, heart beating crazy. I'm like, dang, and it's like them breath from them words ate me up.
Yeah.
But with your words, breath on that breath, I will see how I see it. Like the breath is like a wave, and the words is riding.
Yeah.
So it's literally like the reason why that jump was hitting, that breath was coming out,
Yeah.
and that bit was hitting you, bam, bam, and it was taking your love. You can't speak no good shit on you. At no moment when you like that, bro, you can't. It's hard to look for. So that's why you said, God said it's cool to be angry, because he's like acknowledge that it got you.
Yeah.
Because we
Yeah.
gotta calm down. So first you have to acknowledge, because if you don't acknowledge, then you can't calm nothing down.
Yeah.
How can you fix something if you don't acknowledge it? I just brought the car in. They like, did you know what's going on? Nah, bro, I ain't even look at the hood. I just brought it in, gang. Like, well, sir, you got 3 flats and the radiator top to pop. Bruh, you say you fix cars, right? They will look at you crazy. You just rolled it. So you do have to acknowledge that, damn, this is going on.
Yeah.
And like you say, the next step. Step 1, acknowledging.
Yep.
Okay, now that it's acknowledgement, you can't get upset. You can't whatever. Get upset. Now don't sin in it.
You still gotta analyze
You
it.
still got it. Now guess what? See your options.
Yep.
You got options. It may not be the options you looking for.
It may not be.
We can all agree to the options that, like, dang, 3 tires, butts, radiator pop. You done pulled over. You acknowledge that shit. Or you was driving. You pulled it. You gotta guess it. Okay, I can call here, or I can call here, and it may be a free if I can get the plug, or I may have to pay this, and the closest one may be 6 miles out. Guess what? That's the option.
You got options though.
And it's because of life. You got life going on.
Yeah.
You got all this going on.
Yeah.
And you be like, man, and we don't just have one thing. We have multiple things that we're not acknowledging. So yeah, acknowledge it. If you get a little upset, cool, calm down. How made that look? That made it like 2 hours for a person. Do whatever it takes for you to get in a position to make the most valuable, valuable choice for yourself that don't leave you regretting just being mad and saying forget the whole car.
Bro, you just broke that down like a Southern Baptist preacher.
Well, you wild. You wild.
Be like, I'm finna hit you. I'm gonna leave you with these 3 points. Acknowledgement, analyze, and activate. The 3 A's. I need you to first acknowledge it.
That's fact.
Acknowledge what's going on.
Oh shit.
And then second, I need you to analyze. Analyze the ways out. Analyze how you got into this. And then once you figure out which result best suits your journey, I need you to activate it.
We broke it down to some steps, bro.
That's it. 3 simple steps. 3 simple steps. Analyze it. Bing. My bad. Acknowledge it first. First you acknowledge it. Bing. Then you analyze it. Bing.
Here we go.
And then you activate everything you just learned.
Activate it on the decision that you made.
Everything you just gathered. All of the information you just gathered. Now it's time to activate it. Now it's time to activate it. Don't be like, man, when I was thinking about it, this the only outcome I had was to go across the chair. Okay, cool. You activated that.
You activated it.
Now, guess what?
This activated behind it.
This person has to acknowledge, analyze, activate.
That's all you're doing real quick.
All you're doing is taking this energy, this ball of energy that was acknowledgement, shoot, analyzing, you, activation. Beep, right back here.
That's right.
So all you did was take that ball of energy, you threw it to Vegeta, and Vegeta was like, Kakarot. Threw it back.
That's all it was. But
So-
that helps you though, man.
But those 3 steps, if you take those 3 steps right there, acknowledge it, analyze, and then activate from what you just gathered. Activate what you just gathered. That right there will put you in such a peaceful mental state, because that's where your patience is going to be balled up in.
And now the journey is not so like, oh my God, boy, the journey is hard. Like I was like, oh boy, it's hard. No, it can't. Like I said, you can get heaven on earth.
Yeah.
Like it don't have to be that way, but you can literally use that tool in every scenario.
Yeah.
Like I use that tool. I'd be like, okay, ask myself, do I like it? Depending.
That's
And
a
it-
shirt idea.
And I do it on things I do like. The podcast, like this podcast was that. It was like, dang, do I like it? Like initially, do I just like? Do I want to get in? Not say podcast. I acknowledge that. Dang, I can get in front. Maybe have some stuff to say of value.
Yeah.
Where can it be done at? Well, I do like a podcast. How do that make you feel? Well, you know, I'm a little iffy on everything if it's left up to me. But I think it'll be a nice start off. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have an idea of where you can use that wit and use that place? Use something? Yeah, I definitely know I don't want to do it where I'm at. Like I definitely do a lot of things of no there. So it was like just like I said, now attack, and that was an attack when I gave you a call.
Yeah.
And it was like,
That was that to activate.
and I learned that it was a thought, intrusive thought, because people say, well, I hear a lot of thoughts. Okay, you want to be that kind of guy. Listen, do you get any intrusive thoughts? The intrusive thought of like, oh shoot, I need to bust out and singing. Well, if you got that intrusive thought, it's a route there.
Yeah.
It's the routes that you're gonna probably say no to. Because at the same time, we was doing it at 12, now we doing it at 7. You gotta be a judge.
Yeah.
If you really see it through, like people look at it and say, and they have to do one adjustment. See, I know I don't want supposed to do it. What?
Now that means the podcast, the podcast, whatever you was planning on doing, was dependent upon that time. Oh wait, so were you doing the podcast at that time, or were you doing the time at that time?
What you doing?
Because if you move it to 7:30, it should still go, because the time didn't dictate the conversation. The conversation is had all day. The time don't dictate it.
And sometimes you gotta watch how you say it, because I remember I said, man, if the windows were a little darker, I could put a shade over it. You know, we can get the light to hit different. And you know, if you don't really specify what you really mean,
God can just sprinkle some.
God said, oh, well, you do need better light. And I look at the quality and just the light, because it's not overdoing that light and not here and then all this other light hit.
Yeah.
It actually hits better.
Mm-hmm.
Now, God said, you could have did it at the time that you did. But you know, I know what you like. I know you don't like this route probably,
Yeah.
but I know at the end. So you got to see what is the route to it, but is the result that you see, is that worth it?
Right.
Is that worth it?
Yes or no?
People be like, man, you live 30 minutes away. I got a t-shirt on. Okay, I'll be there. It-
60,000 viewers later.
You because now them 30 minutes is forever, whatever fell in your mind. Because I can guarantee it's other people that's not gonna agree with that. They be like, bro, you tripping, bro. Or like, girl, come on, you can do something else better with your time, but you ain't gonna go look for that. You ain't gonna go look for that. So nah. That shit crazy, man. So look, it's dark now, y'all. We do it at night at 7:30. So you gotta watch. Your words really have like truth in it.
Yeah.
Like you can literally have that kingdom talk. Like if someone try to come negative, like they came like a stray from offside the road, you just tell them, wow, they never seen light. So you can be that example of light. We get mad at people coming, they like, look at them coming with that nasty energy. Well, guess what? A magnet only pulls what's got milk. So while you saying that, I can bet you your bottom dollar when you go to sleep. Before you go to sleep, you have a hard time sleeping because you got thoughts in your head of the same way you were talking about these
just
people.
call you Stephen Strange.
You got these thoughts in your head that you was saying to others, but you was really saying it to yourself. And because you're not brave enough to say that to yourself in the mirror, you ain't brave enough to say, you know what, Spence, you punked out on that. Spence, you know, you was rude for talking to someone like that.
Yeah.
You want to tell someone else, you know, you rude for talking to her like that. You don't see this queen. Well, Spence, how can you talk like that when you just shitted on all yours? But, oh, you got to hit an agenda while you having this one.
Yeah.
Oh, I see you looking at him, Chief. So you got to understand, like, you just can't pick and choose what you want to be blessed with, called good or anything like that.
I'm gonna tell you, and as we close it up. So, my daughter, when I picked up from school today, she said one of her friends had a panic attack, and her thing was that she started shouting out, "None of this is real. All of this is a game." And I was like, this girl is in 8th grade. It's an 8th grader. She said she kept shouting it. None of this is real. All of this is a game. And then there's actually a disorder. It's called depersonalization and derealization disorder.
What? Didn't know that. I didn't know that.
And for any doctors or nurses out there, or people that practice clinical psychology or behavior psychology, you can help me out with the explanation in the comments. But that is simply a person has a difficult time connecting with reality.
Whatever that is.
So that's what the conversation was on the way home. I was like, well, so I hit her with this. I said, if you're down the street and your friend calls you and says she just saw a car accident, to you, was that real or was it not? She said, well, it's real. I said, why? She said, well, because my friend saw it and she told me she saw it. I said, okay, all right. I said, so if it rains in Texas, no, if it rains in Florida, it doesn't rain in Texas, and your friend called you from Texas and you say, girl, it's raining, and she said, well, it's not here. Is that which side is more real? She was like, well, Daddy, I don't know. Hey. I said, now we've reached the actual contradiction or the confusion behind it, because now do you say because it's raining and you feel rain that what you are experiencing is more real than what she's experiencing?
Because you can't confirm hers and she can't confirm
and she can't confirm yours. So who is actually living in reality?
I said, so why is the medication?
So she was like, huh. I said, those are the questions that when you're talking to your friend and your friend is expressing those things, those are the things that you want to talk to her about, because she's feeling that, but she don't know how to express it. So she just says, none of this is real. It's all a game.
She could have some real stuff to be saying.
I said, she really could be expressing something, but she's expressing it the only way she knows how.
Yeah.
Until somebody say, oh, I hear you. Let's dive deeper into that. And now she can dive into it further. But right now she's just playing. She just tapping on it, and every time she taps on it, somebody says, "No, you're sick."
Wait,
No, I really feel like this. No, you have depersonalization and derealization disorder. No, but I really feel like
how can you tell me my reality?
you got dissociative views. Like you don't know which personality is what.
You
Okay,
do?
no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that this can't be real and that be real at the same time. If so, how?
This
How
ain't-
how is it?
yeah.
Okay, so that means if it is real, if it is possible, that means this person created it and I created something too.
Like you said, I can't confirm 1 billion people.
I can't confirm that there's 8 billion people in the world.
I can't.
I
So-
can say that based on census and based on what's online, that's what the number says
What
online.
it say?
But I can't confirm that.
Because if that's true, when I play GTA, I gotta just confirm that all that is real and not a video game.
Right.
But that's real, right?
Is it? Is it a game or is it real?
So that's why, man, that's a whole lot. And like you say, that's a whole episode all in its own because you can't confirm mine. Like, I can't confirm that you see the same colors I do.
Yeah.
It's no way I can. So how can I tell you going crazy? Oh, you're not going crazy when you see the same stuff I see? Well, maybe I'm the one going crazy. Like, I don't know.
And she said the girl was having a panic
Dang,
attack.
that's crazy.
She was sweating. She was like
Yeah.
hyperventilating. Like she was really trying to process this, and they had to give her some water and get her back calm, and she was able to get calm. But the thing was, it scared her because she said she'd never seen anybody have a panic attack, and I was like, well, I've seen people have a panic attack, but I've never seen anybody have a panic attack saying that, nah, it's not real. Like, so for me, the dive was, now she may be actually onto something.
Yeah, they called it a
And-
panic attack.
And they called it a panic attack. But she was just reacting because there was no one around that was a comfortable voice that could say, what do you
Dang.
mean?
Dang.
And then from a calm tone, she could then express what she means,
Yeah.
knowing that this person listening is not going to judge her, knowing that this person is not going to admit her to a facility
Yeah.
just because they hear her express, like, no, this feels like a game. Well, why does it feel like a game? Well, it feels like a game because, and then she goes to elaborate.
Yeah.
And now you're like, whoa, okay, dive deeper. Because now I am now connecting with this beautiful mind. This is a beautiful mind because this mind is saying out loud, I don't believe it.
Yeah.
It's saying out loud, I don't believe it. And then immediately we jump in.
That's just like a movie I saw on Netflix or something. Like, you see the movies and everybody literally play like that. Like, yeah, man, like they said that. Woo, not knowing there's some deepness behind that.
Yeah,
It's some deepness.
you play it off. You want to play it off, but like, where did that piece of energy come from inside of her to make her say that?
Yeah.
Where did that come from? She didn't just pull that out of the sky. She didn't have a baseball glove up, and that was floating through the energy waves, and she caught it, and then was like, "Oh, you know what? None of this is real."
Yeah,
nah, it didn't happen like that. That was around. I said, baby, that's not the first time she thought that.
Nah, first time you heard it.
I said, that's what I say. It may be the first time you heard it or y'all friends heard it. That's not the first time she thought it.
Yeah.
That was just one of the first times or one of the few times she was able to control not saying it.
Yeah.
She wasn't able to control not saying it. That was just
Damn.
it. That was one of those few times, and that's what you experienced. So I wanted to leave you with that because that was something that was like, I admired that in somebody that's 12, 13 years old. Hold on, it's not real.
Nah, we can definitely come back.
Like,
we can open the next one up on that. That's a good opener.
Like it was
Just real, man.
It was real. That jump, it really got me because I'm for me, I'm thinking, She's 13 years old.
Like, what is reality for you?
What is reality for a 13-year-old?
Maybe we buying reality like juice on the counter. You feel me? Like, are you living in your reality or you living in someone else's reality? Like, nah, that's a whole different vibe. Nah, that's a whole convo.
If y'all rocking with Seed Talk podcast, conversation, blues meeting, whatever you want to call it to make yourself feel good, like that soap you
Yes.
rub on your body when you take a bath. Listen, every Friday, 7:30 p.m., we're gonna be right here. Hit that like button, click subscribe, click that notification bell. Listen, we're doing this every Friday. You are invited. You need to be here. You need to pull up a chair. All I'm trying to say is acknowledge, analyze, activate.
And we out, good people.